Hi guys, Big Bang Biker here. I'm here in this Tipu Sultan Fort is what this is called in Devanahalli, and I thought this is where I'll start the review of the new Royal Enfield 500X. For me, this is my favorite color in 500X. Looks really good, and it's really eye-catchy with all the matte finish and everything, and that blue tank, the blue rim tapes. And I thought, let me go through this small tunnel in this fort over here, rev it for you guys and start the video. Let's get started. So for this sexy looking bike, I'm starting the review on the highway itself, and as you see over there, the bike already sounds so good in stock condition, and it feels like it already has a performance filter or something put in it, because look at that. So the sound of the bike is really good. The thump feels a little better on this one. On a 350 everything is nullified. You feel like the bike is silent for the most part, but on a 500cc the torque is 41 Newton meters and 27 bhp. This one goes to 120 a little quicker, and the torque is easily felt in every gear. See that? The bike literally jumps in the first 2 or 3 gears because it feels so light in the front right now, and it has got a RPM meter, full console just for the odo, and the tachometer is really clear, man, and it's so easy to ride. Look at this. You feel like you're sitting a little low on this bike as soon as you sit because the handlebars are high. I wanted to show you this. In the first gear the bike literally takes off. See there? It rises a little. Look at that, it jumps. The feel of changing the gears on this bike is really good. The vibrations are significantly reduced on this particular bike. While you're riding in 4th gear and 5th gear, it's really smooth. You don't feel any vibration at the handlebar or at the foot pegs or near the tank. As I said, this has got a different kind of view now with this 2 circular tachometers and RPM meter over here. You can get trip A, trip B, you can see all those things here itself. Trip A, trip B, and what is the average speed that you're doing, and clock and a fuel meter. So basically everything that is missing on a classic is certainly put on this one, and this is very good, man. Look at this. I'm literally playing on this bike, and this is the first Royal Enfield, I believe, to have a alloy wheel as stock, and they have certainly done a good decision on this one. So you have the normal Thunderbird, where it is having a different kind of handlebar and the different kind of seating position, where you really use it for the highway and use it for cruising. While this can be used for cruising for sure, but this certainly makes more sense in the city as well. So on this one, the bike is very relaxed between 100 to 120, to be honest. 80 to 100 feels like it's nothing on this one. Again, this one has disc brakes both at the back as well as in the front. The sound is really good for a stock Royal Enfield, to be honest. You should ride it to believe it. And it's actually smooth. So the clutch on this one is medium soft, or not really soft like a classic 350. and the gearing is also very good, in the sense you can shift gears precisely and ride along. Again, this one has a 41 Newton meters of torque. Trust me, that is very important. See this? And when you're doing clutchless upshift as well, it's really smooth. You can play around with this bike, to be honest. So whenever you're accelerating, I'll have to let go of the accelerator because the bike is loud and I'm actually enjoying it. But for me to do the review, either I'll have to let go of the accelerator and hold the clutch. Otherwise the bike is not silent at all. It's too fun to ride. Honestly, kudos to Royal Enfield for doing this 500X and 350X, because the alloy wheels coming as stock from Royal Enfield, and with that rim tape and with this tank finish and the seat finish, the bike looks absolutely brilliant, man. Absolutely brilliant. Before, the Thunderbirds looked really good, but this puts a whole new spin on how the bike really looks. So as you saw over there, the braking is actually good and you have a good feel on it. It feels a little soft, but that's okay. You actually have control. So if you're in 5th gear, you can go all the way up to 40 kilometers per hour and then go all the way up to 130 kilometers per hour in 1 gear. And the bike does not really struggle. You're sitting really upright and your arms are in the air like this. Man, it's nice. The foot pegs are commuterish and you feel like you're sitting on a sofa. The seat from Royal Enfield is really nice. The new design of the seat is making sure it's cushioning me very nicely, and the switchgear quality is very good. It gets a projector headlamp, which is true to the Thunderbird series of Royal Enfield motorcycles. Oh my god, really good. I never thought I would have so much fun on a Thunderbird 500X, and I hope to take a 500X on a long ride, because 500 certainly makes justice. And if you're really having plans of doing Ladakh, I would certainly suggest going for a 500cc Royal Enfield, because the torque is really needed, and this has got fuel injection, so you don't have to do basically any modification. With the stock condition of this bike, you can literally go to Ladakh and come back. And in Ladakh, the maximum number of bikes that you see from Royal Enfield is either right now Himalayan or a 500cc. You know, on a 350cc you might struggle a little with the luggage and everything, but with a 500 you wouldn't really struggle on the bike at all. The torque makes sure no matter what kind of terrain you're going into, it will make sure to take you comfortably. The bike makes justice to my body weight and body height. I'm 6 feet tall, and this certainly makes sure to suit me, dude. With this big 20 liters tank, I believe you can do roughly around 400 or 450 kilometers at least and have fun on the road and don't have to stop for fuel. So again, this bike is really not meant for top speeds or anything, because as you see the numbers, it is 27 bhp and 41 Newton meters of torque, and with this layout it is meant for cruising, easy overtakes and a plush ride, you know. But still, this bike can be easily taken to 130 kilometers per hour, as you saw in the video right now, and you have total control, dude. The engine braking on this 500cc long stroke is really good. Okay, so as you see here, we are doing 90 kilometers per hour. Let go of the throttle and it slows down comfortably, and you actually feel it. You know, it has come to 70 now, and go on the throttle again and you have control. So from the back as well, the bike looks absolutely sexy, man, with the matte black exhaust, you know, matte black engine, matte black engine covers and everything. It really falls in place. Look how nice the blue is, and it pops out like crazy, dude. And that tail lamp also fits in really nicely. Well, as you see the seat over here, the design and everything is unique when compared to any other Royal Enfield which is out there, and it is, as you see here, really soft and well cushioning, so you actually enjoy the bike ride a lot. No matter if you see it from the front or the side, 500X looks really beautiful. I would already like to tell you that, you know, this bike will not get heated up no matter what. No matter how bad the traffic is, it wouldn't get heated up. And as you see here, going through gaps is very easy. So refinement wise, Royal Enfield can still work on the bike and make it more refined, more smooth. But as I said, as soon as you slot the bike in 5th gear, you are in for a treat. So if you keep it in 5th gear, the bike is very silent in the city. If you want to have that fun, the raw fun, go to 3rd and ride. As you saw over there, from 5th to 3rd, again I shifted very quickly and it was not an issue at all. I would say that for city use, Thunderbird 500X is brilliant. On the highway, it will be really good, provided it has a good windshield. On the highway, I would say that the Thunderbird 500, the original one, that one looks really good and feels really good to cruise with that, because of the way the seat is kept, the way the handlebar is kept. That will be much more suited for the highway. And then coming to the adventure part of it, you can certainly go for Himalayan. All the issues sorted over there and you'll have fun. So for every segment, Royal Enfield has a proper 500 or a 400cc bike. As you see here on this one, the turning radius is very good. So that's why I said this is very good for the city. So what I would recommend is go and ride all the other Royal Enfields, the Classic, the Thunderbird, the Himalayan, everything, and then come and ride this 500X. You will really see what is the big difference and how modern this bike really is. You are my subscriber, and if you want to buy a Royal Enfield, I would certainly suggest the 500X and in blue. Big thanks to CVS Motors here in Sadashiv Nagar for giving me this bike to have fun. Thank you.